Hello, space friends. Captain Snuggles here, back in X4 Foundations to bring you the first episode of Casino Snuggal. I am starting out in a tight spot, drifting in my spacesuit, knocked unconscious, dumped out here and left for dead, exiled from my home, blacklisted by half the galaxy, stripped of all my money and possessions, and kicked out of my favorite casino. Of course, that last thing is much more important than all the others combined, and so my goal is to build my very own casino. That's the long-term goal, at least. The short-term goal is to not run out of oxygen, so let's start with that and see where it takes us. Let's take stock of the situation. I am drifting in Black Hole Sun. I have one station in sensor range, possibly too far for me to make it there under my own power. There are a lot of people who hate me, and I know exactly one other friendly station, which is way far out there, but maybe we'll get there eventually. So,
Refined goods complex.
well, for right now, not much to do other than try to get to this station and really hope that somebody comes along to help. A little known fact is that you can actually hitchhike in X4. The X4 universe is surprisingly friendly to hitchhikers. So I really, really hope that I see a ship show up on sensors really soon, because having to cover 37 kilometers at 8 meters per second with my oxygen dropping, don't love that. And lo and behold, look at that. Man, I've got my pick of the litter. Let's see.
Comms channel open.
Argon Military. Heroes of the universe.
On the way.
Please help me. Heck yeah. Alright.
Nova. Vanguard.
Found ourselves a Nova Vanguard to pick us up and bail us out. So, that's a lucky break already. Not a bad start at all. We sit here and wait for him. So yeah, how the hitchhiking works is you can have one call for assistance out at a time. I cannot call another ship right now and have them come and pick me up as well. It just will not work. And once you have boarded the ship that picks you up, you can request exactly one drop-off point. It has to be a station that you know and that the ship can land on. As if I didn't have enough head trauma already. Jeez. I guess I jinxed it saying I was off to a good start. So, let me go ahead and get on board. Despite getting slammed in the head by a rocketing starfighter, I guess I am still grateful for the assist. Captain Grimm. That's a pretty cool name. So, here we are. Out of the spacesuit, filled back up on oxygen, and at ease to take stock of the situation. So as I mentioned, we can request one drop-off point from Captain Grimm here. It has to be a station we know that they can land on. There's not much point in me trying to land at the bigger stations, even if this guy technically can, which I don't know if he can. So really, that leaves us with our former employer here. We used to work for the illustrious Boso Ta and Dalbusta at this fine Institute of Knowledge here. And from time to time, they'll still call me up and ask for an odd job, so we still have good relations. In fact, this Institute of Learning is a library belonging to the illustrious Kajar. So, the big purpose of this playthrough is to thank my charity donors from last year. We had a great little charity drive. I promised everybody that they would get their names included in a playthrough, and here we are. So one of those donors is Kajar, a well-known and well-respected member of the X community, and also a commenter on my channel and a donor to the charity campaign. So, Kajar, thank you very much for your generous donation, and I hope you enjoy the playthrough. Alright, so eventually we will try to make it back to the library here and meet up with the old bosses and see what they have going on. But for right now, I'm taking a moment to just take advantage of the free scouting information that I get from riding on this ship. This has actually improved quite a bit. Once upon a time, you did not share the ship's radar that you had boarded, and so you were essentially flying blind. But not so much these days. These days, you can actually get scouting information just by sitting on the ship, which is pretty nice. That being said, I have linked up with a military patrol here, and they're probably just gonna slowly cruise around a fixed area, which is not really all that helpful to me. So I've discovered a few more stations by sitting here, just hanging out with Captain Grimm, but now I think it is time to cash in the one hitchhike destination and move on. So, Captain, please take me to the library.
Okay.
Okay, indeed. And we're off. So, I should go ahead and save. This hitchhiking functionality is better than it used to be, but it's still a little bit buggy, so I really need to try to remember to save every time I get in one of these ships, otherwise I might lose a lot of progress. You can get soft lock doing this. So, hopefully I can remember that. And we're off to the library. This is going to take a minute in this combat ship, not exactly spec'd out for rapid travel. So, I guess why don't I go ahead and talk you through my game plan here. So first and foremost, I am not going to take this ship all the way to the library. I'm actually probably only going to take it to the Ring Highway, then I'll let Captain Grimm get back to his military patrol. Go face the Xenon or whoever. Once I get to the highway, I can actually pop out and, under my own power, or the power of whatever powers the highway, I can do a lap around the galaxy and get some scouting information. That will be really valuable both for finding potential opportunities to make some money and for just discovering sectors, maybe picking up some missions. My hope is to eventually ride the Ring Highway all the way around and end up in Hatikva's Choice, which I think is this hex here. As I'm sure you all know, Hatikva's is a hotbed of conflict, and so it is also a hotbed of battlefield loot.
Entering system. Second contact.
Now, battlefield loot is not what it used to be, but I can still get a few credits off of it, and a few credits is all I need because Hatikva's is also home to a trading station. So you can see I have exactly 0 credits to my name right now. I have, let me find my inventory. Yeah, I have 0 inventory. I've been stripped of all money and all possessions. And by the way, if you haven't read the backstory on that, you should definitely check out the prologue that I made for this, because there is some deep lore behind Snuggle 07 here. But back to the matter at hand. With no money, no inventory, no possessions, I have no way of making any kind of cash through trade or anything else. All I can do is pick up loot, but once I have just a little bit of loot, a little bit of value in my inventory, I can use the Hatikva trade station, or any other trade station I find, to trade inventory items back and forth, make a profit bit by bit by bit, just increase my funds ever so slightly every time I trade, as long as I'm smart about it. And slowly but surely build up enough capital to buy myself my first ship, which will probably be right here in this system. So, let's see what we're looking at.
Entering system.
This bad boy. Everybody's most maligned ship, the humble Elite Vanguard. Cheapest ship in the game, generally speaking, except for Vigor, who I can't trade with. Cheapest ship I can buy. So this is almost certainly going to be ship number 1. So that's what I'm aiming for. It's about 160,000 credits. And of course, while I've been yammering away, I have missed my stop. So hang on.
Vanguard.
Let me just bail out here. Oh, I was too slow. Wow.
Highway.
Whoa, Nelly, where do we go? Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, this is a trip. As soon as I bailed out of the ship, Captain Grimm decided to go back to where he came from, and so I got dragged along, which actually gave me enough momentum to rocket along at a blistering 10 meters per second for a little bit there, which means I can get back to the highway. Come on. Slowly but surely. There we go. Okay. Now we are just along for the ride for a bit. And so begins our grand adventure. The personal quest of just your humble everyman, Snuggle07.
Prime.
With these first steps, I am going to build a casino and carve out just a little corner of the galaxy for myself. Whew. Those first couple of minutes are always stressful,
Entering system.
but
Second contact.
now I'm sitting pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye on my mission interface here. I'm gonna take any missions like that require the delivery of inventory items.
Blue site.
There will not be any missions for me around here, though, because this is Holy Order space, and they are one of the ones that hate me. So now I am once again just enjoying the sight. I can take a marine quest as well. Why not? That'll be pretty easy to complete at basically any point in the run, just as soon as I have gotten a little bit of capital. Set that to inactive.
System. IS missed.
Now, you would think that these would be pretty good spots for me to stop off and pick up some loot. The problem is the spacesuit cannot take much punishment. Now, there are not many things that will actually actively shoot a spacesuit. However, stray shots can still hit you, and laser towers and maybe other automated defenses will shoot you from time to time. So I need to be really, really cautious about dropping into active combat zones, because that could be a major setback if I happen to eat a plasma shot while I'm cruising around at 8 meters per second trying to scoop loot. Keep an eye on the missions again. Construction wares, nope. Nothing useful there.
Entering system.
We're getting some lovely scouting information. This is the farthest abroad that Snuggle07 here has ever been.
Entering
Well, he might have heard of some of these systems before. He has never been here. First time seeing this glorious sight of Prophet Center Alpha, among many other things. Tall station. I love those. They're so silly. Absolutely beautiful.
Entering system. Silent witness.
Supply order first. Oh yes, fine meals. We might, if we get lucky, we might be able to deliver fine meals at some point reasonably soon, and those are super profitable. So, I'll definitely take those. And now I'm back in Hatikva,
Entering system. Hatikva's choice.
and I want to find my way to the trade station. Don't I? Wait, no. I don't need to do that yet. I don't have anything to trade. Then we'll definitely take that.
I could count on you.
Whoops, a daisy. Well, I did not think I was going to just drop totally down to 0 meters per second there. Usually you retain some momentum. Snuggle 07 has definitely just taken even more brain damage from the extreme G-forces that were just exerted on him. But that's okay. Why don't I take this opportunity to save again? And it's a good thing I did save, because shortly thereafter, I got soft-locked. I called a ship to come pick me up, but while it was en route, it flew into the highway and got stuck. You can see it there, teleporting around, glitching out. I've seen this bug on previous playthroughs, and it is permanent. It locks you out of hitchhiking for the rest of the run, and for this playthrough, that is fatal. This is a game-ending bug. So, I have to reload. I should mention that personally, I prefer not to save scum in X4, meaning I don't reload saves to alter the outcome of in-game events. However, I will absolutely reload to fix bugs or to otherwise unsoftlock myself. So, that's what I'll do here. And we're back. Alright, so that was unfortunate, especially considering that right after that I had to stop my recording session and go out of town for a few days for work. So I've been out of the game for a bit, but silver lining, I did have the opportunity over those few days to think about my situation, and I think I've come up with something more exciting for you all than just watching me hitchhike for a few more hours. So, here's what's up. I had my janky little exit from the highway right here, and about 8 or 9 kilometers off the highway, there's a wreck. Specifically, the wreck of a freighter, and, as one might expect, that freighter dropped some decent loot. You can see, I don't know what went down here, but there's a decent bit of loot around the battlefield. What I'm really interested in is this Magiclit. This beautiful little container here is worth a whopping 13,200 credits, which is nothing in normal X4 terms, but for Snuggle 07, that is a fortune, and it could be the start of his glorious new gambling empire. Problem is, this container is 8.8 kilometers off the highway, and the spacesuit can only get about 1 kilometer with the full despawn timer of these containers. And really, with this having been sitting in space for some amount of time, probably only half that. Point being, I'm nowhere close to being able to actually get to this thing, and I can't trust a ship to pick me up and drop me off in that area in time either. That's almost certainly not going to happen. So it seems hopeless. And that was the assumption that I made when I passed by this the first time, then got soft-locked. But I had a thought. A potentially really silly thought, but a thought nonetheless. So, if you recall how I mentioned that normally when you exit a highway, you retain some momentum. Well, that wasn't quite accurate. You don't really maintain momentum, you retain thrust. So, strange as it seems, the highway actually sort of supercharges your ship's thrusters, and that's how it makes you move at that extreme speed. And usually, when you exit, if you do it right, which I don't fully understand, but there's some method by which you can exit the highway and retain that turbocharged thrust. And if I can do that, I can get that container and really jumpstart this run. So, that is what I'm going to try. Alright, steer on. And off we go. Oh, except I want as few distractions as possible, because this makes me kind of nervous. So let's turn off this mission guidance. And here we go. Okay. So the problem is I'm in a really inconvenient spot. I can't accelerate and then jump off the highway to get to that container from here. So I need to jump to the other lane. Okay. Circle around. And then get at the container from that side. The problem is, yeah, I think I need to sort of bounce like this, because the highways are really janky, especially with the spacesuits. Alright, here we go. You might have noticed I lost speed inexplicably there. Let me just thread the needle here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is bad. There we go. You see, I've really retained my thrust for a while there. So, alright, I need to hop again. Sort of reset my entry into the highway. Come on. Don't do me like this, game. Okay. No, it's done it again! No way! Why does it do this? It keeps slowing down. I have to try from the other lane. My only shot. Maybe. Maybe. That was pretty good. Oh, I'm so close. Come on, spacesuit. I turn on my magnet, maybe snag some things on the way in. Oh. Oh, he's done it. Alright. I got it! I got the Magiglit! Oh my goodness. It is a daggum miracle. That was so sketchy. Now let me see what else I can snag here. The Crystallite doesn't do anything for me. The Herbicide is 1.2 away. Oh, maybe I can get there. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. That was so sketch. I cannot believe I made that jump from the far side. I thought I had to circle around both lanes, but I couldn't retain my speed. I do not know what makes the spacesuit slow down like that on the highway, like in seemingly random spots. I know you slow down around the gates. That's a new thing. Maybe it's some kind of bug related to that. I don't know. But anyway, I got the goods. Oh, this is so cool. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted that to look way cooler for you all, like I was super calm and competent and collected. I was not. So, apologies for not living up to my high standards of coolness that I set for myself. But I got the goods. Oh, that... we hate to see that. Ah, it's the Yaki coming by. Alright. They're off to steal stuff. I don't think they'll mess with me. Well, let's save that. Whew. Oh boy. Alright, well with that little moment of stress and victory out of the way, let me try and hitch a ride to the trade station, where we can cash in... where we can cash in this new loot. Okay.
Courier, Vanguard.
Alright, courier. Pick me up, please, and thank you. Hey, I said pick me up, please, and thank you. What a jerk. I am right near a station, though, which tends to make ships glitch out a little bit. I might be far enough away to where he'll actually park near me.
Don't let them get away.
I'm gonna let them get away. I'm sorry, I have no gun. Oh, at least they hit me in the shins this time, and not in the head. I'm getting just smacked around. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, don't go anywhere, Janet.
Sure.
Take me to the trade station. Please and thank you. Alright, that was so exciting. I hope that was as exciting for you all as it was for me, because my heart was beating out of my chest there for a second. This next part is going to be a lot less exciting. So, the plan is to hop over to the trade station here. It has, I believe, 4 different station traders, and if you watched my recent X4 Oversimplified guide, you know that there is a way to make a profit just trading from station traders. Buy orange, sell green, as I put it. So, I'm going to be bouncing between the 4 shops, just trading in supplies. I'm going to get the best possible price I can get for this Magiclet, and then trade from there, as one normally trades for profit. I do need to remember these 2, the importance of first impressions. So 2 fine meals, that's going to be hard to get. But keep our water clean, there's 13 algae scrubbers. If I actually know the way to this station, which is questionable. I don't know if I've actually discovered the destination station there, but if I have, then I can make a lot of money with that. So 13 algae scrubbers, or 2 fine meals are the goals. I got real lucky. Alright. Instead of taking the elevator for the first one, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way and walk over. Just because I feel like it feels a little bit more immersive, I suppose. Alright, hear that glorious shop music. Ugo, what do you have for me, Ugo Mile?
Here you go.
Let's see. Alright. Ooh, he has 30 Argnu steak. Okay, that's one of the ingredients for fine meals, and he has a good price on it. Interesting. Now then, he has a very good price on herbicide, so I can cash that in right now. Magiclet, his price is really bad, so we do not want to pick that up. Algae scrubber. Oh, he has a good price on algae scrubbers. Nice. So I can pick those up once I have more money. But look at this. Selling 3 herbicide for 815 credits. First transaction of the run. Bam. Look at that.
Here you go.
Now, can I buy anything? Yeah. Buy 1 hydraulic pump. So basically, I'm looking. I call this color orange. It's yellow-orange if you squint. So this color here, that's on the hydraulic pump, and the algae scrubber are basically the best price that you can get when buying. So, since I will not beat this price, I can go ahead and pick one up, and then any other price that I get at any other trader will be a profit. So, that's what I'm going to be doing repeatedly for the next little bit.
Good luck out there.
It is very possible that I will end up skipping through some of this or fast forwarding, but I'll at least show you the first round. So I am at dock number 1. Let's go to dock number 2. Okay, heck yeah, Paranid. What do you have for me, Mr. Paranid? Let's see. Okay, good price on the interface units. What about the Magiclet? Ooh, still a bad sell price for the Magiclet. Don't love that. Hope at a good, or yeah, a very good sell price for the hydraulic pump that I just picked up, so I can sell that. That's what, 130 credit profit, I think. Yeah, we're dealing in small increments here. Very small increments. So that'll bring me up to 945, which means I can afford to buy. Wonder what the biggest price margin is here. I could get a repair laser. I know they can sell for over 1,000. I don't know if the interface unit can sell for over 1,000. I just can't recall. Why don't I get the repair laser? I can sell that later. Is that a smart idea? Probably not. Let's go for it. Alright, that was dock number 2. Luxury dock. Oh no, was I just at the 8M? Alright, so we have 8M Luxury 1 and 2, and we have 1M Luxury 1 and 2, and I don't know where I started, so let's check this. Oh, duh. I landed on a small ship, so I must have been on the 1M. Alright.
Hello. Can I help?
Mystery solved.
Here you go.
Okay, that's bad news there. Ooh, 1254 for Magiclit. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll remember that and come back. 1254.
Goodbye.
Can Snuggles keep a simple number in his brain long enough to get to the second dock? Let's find out. Okay, Teladi. Rucyrus, can you beat 1254 for Magiclit? You cannot. Also, I don't see any good deals on repair lasers, which is not great.
Goodbye.
Might be some money down the drain there, but oh well. Alright, back to luxury dock number 1. Let's cash in the Magiclit. Let's see, I think it was 13,200 was listed as the average price. What are we getting for it? 13,802, heck yeah. Master Trader Captain Snuggles, at your service. Alright, now what can I buy here for this? I want to have this money sitting in my bank account, just briefly, alright? Look at that, New Balance, 13,930 credits. That is glorious. That is absolutely glorious. Okay, Dal, what else do you have for me? Needles, good price on needles. Nice to see. If I can trade up for the spacesuit thrusters, that's a really good deal. I could just... None of these deals are amazing except for the algae scrubber. I might do another lap now. So I think I remember seeing a good price on Magiclit. I could come back and sell some more. This is an okay price, and micro gimbals are also a good price here. Okay.
Good luck out there.
Alright. So now that I have a little bit of seed money, I'm gonna start just making the rounds. 1M number 1. I will buy
Can I help? Here you go.
whatever I can that's cheap. Which in this case... it's gonna be the hydraulic pump again. I don't want to mess with the algae scrubbers yet, because I want to complete that mission a little bit later. The piloting seminars are an okay deal, but let's just do hydraulic pumps. Yeah, we had a good deal on those at the next stop, so we'll just do that. Alright. Then the rapid sand filter is okay. This is fine.
Good luck out there.
So let's go trade in these pumps at the next dock.
Can I help? Here you go.
I think $8.99 at the first dock is going to be my best deal for the repair laser. So not a great investment on that. Okay, here we go. We had 13.9, now we have 17.3. Look at that. And this guy has a good deal on Magiclit. So, we'll pick up as much of that as we can.
Safe journey.
And we will go to the next guy again. 8M number 1.
Can I help? Here you go.
And we'll sell that off. There we go, now we're above 20. Look at this. Look at us go. Now we can buy... we'll buy all this guy's needles. Great. And... what else? I think that's good for here.
Good luck.
We might end up having to trade in algae scrubbers. There are a couple of really good prices on them.
Hey there, partner.
Dal, Can we not?
It's gone. I've looked into it.
I do not care about these socio-political forces in the split territories.
You can always
Hopefully we'll not have to deal with that too much more. But yeah, my one of my former bosses does like to contact me with his wacky ideas still sometimes. Maybe I'm sure we'll oblige some of their wacky ideas at some points, but not right now. So let's see. Back to making the rounds. We'll deal with the crazy teleport experiments at a later date.
Here you go.
Okay, Rucyrus. Needles. Well, 630. It's better than nothing. Why not pick up the spacesuit scanner as well? That's something. Then it's a good price on the management and piloting seminars. So yeah, we'll pick those up. And then that's about all that Rucyrus has that's profitable to trade. Hopefully some of those things will have value at the next one. And yes, if I were going real sweaty tryhard mode, I could like take screenshots or write the stuff down or use something other than just my legs to carry me around, just around in circles. But you know what? This is fine. This is entirely fine. What is not entirely fine is the prices being offered on needles. Come on, I have 19 perfectly good, only lightly used needles to trade in here, man. Give me something. Throw me a bone here. Alright, let's see. Rapid sand filter. That's a good-ish deal. How many of these can I buy? Oh, I can only buy 4, right? Because I still have all the needles I need to sell. Okay. This is a slightly better price than Rucyrus sold these to me for, but still not great, so I'm gonna hold off. I will just buy up some rapid sand filters.
Good luck out there.
And move on. Let's see. Alright. 1M, number 2. Tell me, guys, is this the gameplay that you expected to see? The glorious, scintillating, super statistically perfect gameplay that you expected to see out of Captain Snuggles' first X4 playthrough? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so 5 rapid sand filters. Guess these prices are good enough, so sure, let's cash those in. Interface units. Well, I know we have a good... Yeah, I know we have a good price on Magiclet. So I'll get that. Maybe just a few interface units as well. Diversify. Never a bad idea. Alright. Back to luxury number 1.
Can I help? Here you go.
Interface unit, that is a slightly better deal. I can hold on to them for now, I suppose. At least trade in the Magiclet. Okay, so I bought these off of this guy for $563. I just need to find a better price than $563 for the needles. Yeah. What else can I do? I don't super love the deals that are being offered. But I know there was at least a good price on herbicide at one of the earlier ones, so I'll just buy all of that.
Good luck out there.
And I'll keep doing the rounds. And I think you all get the idea. I'm just going to keep going around and around and around in circles. There we go. 630 for needles. I guess I'll take it. So around and around we go. Buying and selling and buying and selling. Until, eventually, we have either totally exhausted the good deals available at these traders, or we have enough for a ship. Let's see. How much does the game think I am worth? Inventory. The game thinks I'm worth about 28 or 29,000 credits. So, yeah, I'm probably not gonna get enough cash for a ship this go round. But I'll get as much as I possibly can. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe I can actually do it, because I've just traded up enough to where I can get the Spacesuit Thrusters Mark II for 47, and I think they sell up to like 20,000 better than that. So maybe, just maybe, I can trade for these, and then for the hand laser, and then maybe possibly for the bomb launcher. There's a chance. Okay, I think I might have done it. It's going to be extremely close anyway. So after an absolute ton of trading with my very close friends at this point, I've managed to get up to my high water mark of 112,588 credits. Come, relatively speaking, a long way in a pretty short time. Now I don't know why my mission interface was being weird earlier, but I do, in fact, know the station at which I'm supposed to deliver these 13 algae scrubbers. So I think, maybe possibly, with this amount of money, 112 plus 48, that should be just over... That should be just over 160. Now, let's see. How much are these cheap little ships? Let's start with the Elite. Minimum. All round. Man. It's coming in at 172. We're so close. We're so close. I don't think I'm going to do any better with the Callisto, but let's see. Oh, Callisto's 147. Whoa! Heck yeah. Someone recommended I try the Callisto. Someone in chat did, and they appear to have been correct. As long as these prices hold, this will be my my first little ship. That's pretty cool. But what this means is I have to make my way down to the Claytronics factory here. So, since I'm about to hitchhike again, let me save. And what's the better call? See if there happens to be a ship dock that I can teleport to. There is not, which means I'm just going to use my spacesuit. Oh, that is a lot of hostile ships. Oh dear. That is a lot of hostile ships. I really hope none of their turrets take a shine to me. This is extremely troubling. What I'm trying to do is get some range from the trading station, because as I mentioned earlier, the hitchhiking mechanic is a little bit buggy when it's close to stations, and it will sometimes park ships an unrealistically long distance away from you. So, I'm not going to get all the way clear, but maybe I can get clear enough. I guess that's the thing with the Tikva, it is neutral space, so everybody flocks here, especially the ones who don't have a lot of trading deals elsewhere.
Mercury.
This guy looks like he's probably busy trying to dock, so I doubt this ship will pick me up. Plus, it's kind of far away anyway. Let's see. Find a smaller one. That one's
Callisto. Vanguard.
stuck in the geometry. Okay, let's not go with that. Maybe I can get this guy to pick me up.
Mercury. Vanguard.
I don't see any better options.
On the way.
Help me out, man. Please and thank you. Who knows, maybe there are some profits for you at the Claytronics factory. Okay, alright. Please stop moving. Okay,
Please follow directions to designated dock.
that's decent. If it would stop sliding around everywhere, that would be decent. What is going on? Here we go. Okay. Alright. Got into a pretty good spot, actually. It looked weird, but the end result is A-okay. Oh, geez, I see a Barbarossa there. That's trouble. I trust most of these merchants not to shoot me in my spacesuit, but the Barbarossa is not so much. I'm not convinced the Vigor Syndicate has that level of morality. So I'm very happy to be getting into safety here. This is so cool. Alright. I have a very specific destination in mind, Captain Tai. So, please, take me to the Antigone Claytronics factory. I would love to be able to sit here and navigate for you, you know, do my part, but alas, no can do. Oh, this is exciting. I don't know how much time I'm going to be cutting out by speeding through those trading segments, but still, even if this ends up being a long episode, I think it's going to be worth it to get our very first ship. It's just so cool. That right there was such a good pickup. Man. I just cannot get over that. We finally got ourselves over here, hopefully coming in for a landing, if all goes according to plan.
Here to dock.
Confirmed. Requesting permission to dock.
That's what I like to hear.
Bring the ship in slowly.
Acknowledged.
Heck yeah. I mean, faster would actually be better. I'm a little antsy here, Captain Tai. But it's your ship. You do you. Okay. That was pretty smooth, man. That was a nice landing. Making it through the asteroids, not so much. The landing was a solid 10 out of 10. Very nice. Right, thank you for the lift.
Mercury. Vanguard.
And I'm out of here. Yes. Alright, just follow the yellow line to the generator room. Help these guys keep their water clean. That's right, I forgot about this room model. This is such an underutilized room. Like, come on, you can copy-paste this a couple different places, Egosoft. I almost never see this. I feel like it's only used for these delivery missions. There you go, Josie. There are your algae scrubbers. There's my 48,000 credits. Now we are sitting pretty at 160. Now please tell me the ship prices have not changed. Let me just call into the Argon Wharf here. Callisto. 2. Oh no, ship prices have gone up. Oh. What's cheaper? All around is cheaper. Okay, all right. I need to commit to this quickly. Oh my goodness. Managed to buy it with 1,200 credits to spare. Jeez Louise, that was close. Could have been a disaster. But it wasn't. Now I really want to get back out to the dock. Haul my ship over and watch it fly in. Now, full disclosure, the purpose of this ship, like most first ships, is purely to acquire a better ship. Here we go. Still, wait a second. Let me just take this opportunity to maybe make a little extra money. Let me upgrade my next ship just a little bit more. I don't know what happened here. Did Xenon come in? Did the Holy Order come in? Spacefly X. Oh no! No, it's all despawning. Still, I know that I heard the sounds of combat when I flew by here, so hopefully there's at least a little bit that's still floating in space by the time the Callisto gets there. Now, I am planning on renaming my first serious ship, the first ship I'll actually be flying, for one of my charity donors, as is the purpose of this run. I totally anticipate just using this Callisto to get me a little bit more money than selling it so I can afford a better ship. So, we'll just leave it named Callisto Vanguard, but even if it gets sold, it will always live on in our hearts, I'm sure. Iridium oxide is the only hiccup so far. Not so great, but there's always a chance for something better in this next stack. No, there's not. It is gone. Well, maybe this one. Come on, man. No, it didn't get the magic lit. Well, it was worth a shot. We got 2 Nvidium oxide. Well, that's disappointing, but still. We have the ship, and that is the important thing. So as with the ship that I actually intend to stick with, it is through this accelerator here. I really want to get myself a Nodan Vanguard from the Alliance of the Word, but that involves exploring this system, which is really difficult to do without a ship of your own. Depending on NPCs, is not likely to actually accomplish anything in there. So that is why I needed to purchase this Callisto first. I just needed it to get me in to this accelerator. And maybe to scoop a little loot on the way. Okay, here it comes.
Callisto Vanguard.
Look at that. Look at that. This is Snuggle 07's humble entry into the spacefaring world. Here it is coming in for a landing. I think that's it over there. Yeah! There she is. Even if I am just gonna sell her, it's still a beautiful sight to see. go hop on board. Actually, no, it's about time. Let's go marvel at her beauty and at our accomplishments, and then call it quits for the episode. And next time, I will hop on board. Look at that. And so it begins. Alright. With that, we're gonna call it for episode 1 of Casino Snug Owl. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll tune in next time. And until then, this is Captain Snuggles, signing off.